So does everyone really hate the Jurassic Park franchise? Over the last 10 years, I have seen so many people saying things like, oh, only the first movie is good and everything else is trash. But realistically, I don't think normal people share that opinion like at all. Now, are all the sequels disappointing compared to the original? Well, of course, to some extent, they all can't live up to one of the most groundbreaking movies ever made, but what are the real complaints people have had that need to be addressed? Instead of just saying it's the writing, I wanted to dedicate a video completely around the ideas I've seen people complain about in these movies so that someone at Universal could see it and just hear what people have to say more clearly. These are the top 10 things Jurassic Park fans keep asking for in these movies and why I think they really need to fix them in future installments. If you like this video and want more people to see or talk about it, share it in any way you can because I just want to help this series be the best that it possibly can be. And look, I honestly think that the filmmakers are trying to listen to the fans. So with that being said, Number 10, no more hybrids. Now look, I think it's safe to say that this plotline has pretty much outstayed its welcome. The Indominus Rex and Indoraptor made enough sense. Locust mixed with Cretaceous DNA is weird, and by the time we get to Jurassic World Rebirth, it just feels very been there, done that. I know some people really like these things, but even if they're not all bad, I think it's just been very done to death at this point. And we've kind of explored everything we possibly could with the Indominus Rex origins, even being shown in the last film now that we have the Distortus Rex. So you can put one in the background like dead inside of a formaldehyde tank or something if you want to stir up buzz and get people talking online, but you don't really need to focus a whole movie's plot on this stuff ever again. So I think not having any more hybrid dinosaurs would be a great idea for a future movie. Number 9, make the Raptors scary again. Velociraptors have kind of become much more tame and way less feral over the last 10 years. Honestly, there was some good stuff with the intelligence of the Raptors when they first started going over this idea for the operational theme park, but I think it's been way too obviously pushed in the direction of children at this point. After Baby Blue, we got Baby Beta, and I don't know. I think that it's long overdue to make these dinosaurs really scary the way they used to be. I just watched Aliens with my wife, and with those xenomorph scenes like running around, they remind me of Muldoon going raptor hunting in the novel, and look, that just sounds awesome. Everyone liked that part of Jurassic World where they all turned on the guys and killed everybody, and look, there has been some really cool kill scenes from these velociraptors in the newer movies, but it just hits different when they are wild and out of control. I really wish we'd seen more of that in Jurassic World Rebirth. I think it's time to make these dinosaurs scary again in the same way they were in the first few Jurassic Park movies. Number 8, no more forced plots with kids. Look, we all get it. Jurassic Park is PG-13. I'm not someone saying we need to go full rated R with these movies like what Primitive War did. I think that wouldn't make a lot of sense and would probably hurt your bottom line, but come on guys. You can have children in a Jurassic Park movie without it having to be so forced. One of the things people were joking about when the trailer to Jurassic World Rebirth first came out was all the emphasis on, oh, this is a dinosaur island with the worst of the worst rejected creatures. And people were like in the comment section going, great, let me take my kid. And honestly, that's hilarious because in the real world, you are not going to be anywhere remotely close to a dinosaur with your children like at all, especially when they're all over the place. Like just try to come up with something that feels more organic and less like the plot is forcing these kids to be in danger when they really don't have to be. It can be done. Don't say that it can't. Just relax and understand why people think this has happened way too much. I mean, they had to literally kidnap Maisie to get her into danger in Jurassic World Dominion. Like, why? Number 7, let the T-Rex actually eat somebody. All right, so hold on to your butts. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. For the last 25 years, only one person has been eaten by a T-Rex in the Jurassic Park movies. Nobody was eaten by one in Jurassic Park 3. Nobody got eaten by a T-Rex in Jurassic World, Jurassic World Dominion, or even Rebirth. Fallen Kingdom is the only movie in the last 25 years that had a T-Rex eat someone, and it was the main bad guy at the very end. In Jurassic Park and the Lost World, dude, the Tyrannosaurus was wrecking stuff in every scene it would show up in. It killed Gennaro, it messed up Malcolm's leg, it ate the goat, it hunted down the Gallimimus, and killed 2 velociraptors at the end. In the Lost World, bro, forget it. People are getting eaten and destroyed by T-Rexes like nonstop. I don't want to hear any excuses. The T-Rex has only eaten one guy in the last 25 years in these movies. Why? Number 6. Focus on real dinosaurs and real science. Okay, so this one is actually pretty easy. Look, you guys have access to the entire fossil record. You have a lot of cutting edge research on these animals and what they really behaved like. So why not use it in your movies? Now, truthfully, sometimes they do. I mean, there is some stuff in Rebirth that I actually really do like when it comes to the Spinosaurs, the Quetzalcoatlus attack, where it swallows the guy like whole. That was cool. And I appreciate things like obscure species, such as Aquilops or even Moros intrepidus showing up. And look, Therizinosaurus is awesome. That one scene in Jurassic World Dominion is the best scene in the movie, in my personal opinion. Just do more of it. You don't need to create a new fake dinosaur. Just focus on the really cool stuff. It takes maybe 3 lines of dialogue to set up a new species. Give it a rule that you have to follow in the film, and that could marry that science with suspense. Introduce a new dinosaur, talk about what it can do, build a scene around what you've established to the audience via suspense, and I think it's not that hard. They did it in the first 2 movies all the time. Number 5, take yourself seriously. This is also one I'm going to say, no more Marvel humor. Look, I know a lot of movies do the whole thing where something horrible is happening and someone makes a joke for levity, but it's gotten way out of hand with these movies. Rebirth reeled it back a bit, but I want it completely gone. The humor in those original Jurassic Park movies is more like cold action one-liners instead of quirky, look at me, I'm a hipster stuff. The reason I call it Marvel humor is because it kind of started everywhere after the MCU took over Hollywood, but that was a very long time ago. And Jurassic Park existed way before then. In fact, I've often thought Jeff Goldblum's portrayal of Dr. Ian Malcolm was clearly an inspiration in some way to Robert Downey Jr., having that portrayal that he did as Tony Stark and Iron Man. But look, we just don't need any more fake or forced humor that makes these movies feel less scary than they really need to be. Remember, you're not making anything remotely similar to a comedy. This is Jurassic Park. Just let it be what it is. Number 4, no more dinosaur protection plots. If there's one thing that I think Dominion suffered from the most, it was honing in on the, oh no, dinosaurs are in trouble, guys, we gotta save them. And I think it just doesn't feel like it's something anyone wants to see anymore. This ties into making the raptors scary again. And look, when you pacify these animals and make them pretty much damsels in distress to a degree, where they constantly need intervention and saving, doesn't that undermine the whole unpredictability of these creatures? Aren't they supposed to be chaotic forces of nature we cannot control? Dinosaurs are fully capable of taking care of themselves. The Compy's little revenge through line in the Lost World is a great example of this. Look, you can shoot a dinosaur, you can blow one up, you don't have to protect them so much. These are dinosaurs, they can handle themselves, especially in Jurassic Park, where that's kind of the whole point. Number 3, stop making up stuff we've never heard about before. This one is a little serious because every movie we get some kind of new lore that changes something from the past and makes it almost irrelevant. Every dinosaur was born on Isla Nublar. Not so fast. Here's Site B. And what about Site C? Or the Sanctuary Island? Or the 5 Deaths? Or Maisie being a clone? Oh wait, no she's not, because there's her mom. Where was this T-Rex hunting Spinosaurus in the Lost World? When did John Hammond change his mind about opening the theme park? Oh, what's that? Hello, John Hammond's business partner that was never mentioned before. Oh look, Blue can reproduce without a mate now. Why didn't she do that before? Number 2, make the T-Rex king again. Alright, it's cool to bring in the Spinosaurus, the Giga, and even the T-Rex hybrids. That's all fine, I'm not knocking it. But first, you don't let the T-Rex eat anybody for nearly 25 years. And seriously, this franchise is only like 32 years old, so like, again, why? But then you gotta have him get his butt kicked every movie. Every time he goes up against somebody, it's like the plot needs him to get smacked around. Like, just stop. Please, I'm begging you, just stop it. Even every new piece of paleontological research that has come out for years now is saying stuff like, bro, these guys got way bigger than we thought. They were massive carnivorous tanks that fought and killed and ate each other all the time. Tyrannosaurus Rex is the king of the dinosaurs. Full stop. You could fix so many problems on this list by just having a T-Rex do what everyone wants the T-Rex to do in these movies. Like, is it really that hard? And number 1, do not forget about Michael Crichton. One of the things I think most people appreciated about Jurassic World Rebirth was the incorporation of ideas and themes from Michael Crichton's novels. And that's because for a long time now, a lot of that stuff was kind of just pushed to the wayside and it had been deemed unnecessary to these movies. Even if you don't want to do a straight adaptation of the Lost World source material, there's so many cool action scenes, character moments, lines of dialogue, or even just themes of extinction, gamblers' ruin, and chaos that would be very much so welcomed in these movies. Don't forget that Jurassic Park was built on a book. You can take some cool ideas from there still to this day and make a good film. And honestly, I think they need to do more of that in the future. With that being said, guys, what do all of you think? What are your opinions on all of these criticisms that people have made for the Jurassic Park movies over the last few years? And do you agree with what everyone has said, or do you think that there are other things we need to talk about? Personally, I think it's much more constructive to say, look, this is what people don't want to see anymore, than just to say, oh, the writing is the problem. It's the writing. Like, yeah, okay, because that's not really anything the creators have to work with. You have to tell them, like, why. Hopefully some of the stuff gets changed. You all know that I am not a Jurassic World hater by any stretch of the imagination, but I am a Jurassic Park and the Lost World super fan, and I'm just telling you what I think would make most people happy. Personally, thought Jurassic World Rebirth was a big step in the right direction, but it still has some issues that I think kind of encumber it from being as good of a Jurassic Park sequel as it could have been. But hey, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be on the subject matter, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video, and as always, take it easy.